Good evening, I'm Jason Viau. Arms is away tonight. Well, some consider the Chrysler minivan plant in Windsor the heartbeat of the city, and the thousands of indirect jobs linked to the auto sector could be the arteries. But what happens if that heart stops beating and that plant closes? Experts say this region isn't doing enough to diversify the economy and prepare for that possibility. In other words, one retired business professor says we could be caught asleep at the wheel. So we went to Mayor Drew Dilkens, who's chair of the board. Now, since we broke this story last week, he's been unwilling to answer any of our questions about this story at all, despite speaking to other media and answering their questions. So he was at a public event today. We attended. Did it take 9 days for you to make the decision to ask the OPP to review that? You know, why did it take 9 days?
I've provided all my comments. Thank you.
Jason, what have you been able to uncover?
Well, CS Wind employees in Windsor don't have very pleasant things to say about the company that quietly winded down. Now, at its peak, you'll remember roughly 300 jobs or more were created by CS Wind. 8 years after its big launch in Windsor, just a few cars in the CS Wind parking lot. A far cry from the hundreds of people who once worked here. The front doors were locked, but a man who said he was security answered. Okay, so there's just contractors here? Yeah. They also use security camera footage in this area from multiple buildings, including the Shoppers Drug Mart over here to my right, and then the McDonald's that is just across to my left, to kind of paint a timeline and paint a picture of how the series of events here really unfolded. Now, police said that they initially received a call that Matthew Mahoney was in the downtown core, down Olette near the Starbucks with a butcher block of knives. Now, if you were on the board at the time that this 911 call to the chief's home occurred, how would you have handled it differently, or would you have handled it differently?
It's impossible to speculate with something like that.
Time now for a look at weather, and Colette Kennedy joins us live tonight. Colette, it was kind of a gorgeous weekend with the wind aside. We got to spend some time at the park, and I cleaned out the car, so I took out the snow brush. So hopefully that's not going to bite me in the butt later on.
Yeah, that is one of those things you kind of wonder whether do I do this, do I not?